Okay, here's an update. I went away for a week to a different beach in Thailand on a little mini holiday, and I came back and there's no big fiber cable wound up there anymore. But I look across here and it comes down and it comes into a new box. And it comes into a new box with lots of code designations on it and a ridiculously easy lock to undo. And we have, look, we have fiber. But I'm hoping one of these babies is gonna eventually end up in my condo. Okay, so I was just down the hallway because my neighbor is getting his fiber pole first. Turns out what our technicians are doing is they're using the light fixtures in order to fish the fiber through. They're not going to try and follow the phone line. They're simply going to drill a hole in the ceiling and run the fiber down inside a small plastic conduit. And then I'll paint it yellow and it's like it's not there. So my fiber will come out right here, which is exactly where I want it. My dual WAN router and Gigabit switch showed up, so I can start playing with that.
นี่ไม่ไปรับที่บาสมาถูกคน
ไม่เราอยู่ชั้นไหน
ชั้นหนึ่งเนาะ
We're back in the electrical room and we have two fibers installed and working. That's my neighbor and that's me. And they did his yesterday. They came, they did his, they did one termination and then they left. Today they came in, they did mine, they did one termination and left. And you can see we've got two more neighbors that are still waiting to get hooked up. And there's no cable management. I mean, I hope that when this is all done, that they do something to more securely manage those fibers. Okay, my fiber is spliced. It's in the fiber router, and I'm coming over here to my laptop. Okay, I'm in the configuration pages of the router, and you can see that we're connected upstream. If I go to the Ethernet port, it says we're connected at 1 gigabit from the router to my laptop. So let's pop over and do a speed test. Cross your fingers and contact. 3 millisecond ping. That's unbelievable. 700, 800. Give me 900. Yeah, 900. 920, yeah. And my upload, I'm supposed to be getting a gigabit upload too, but somehow the order came through to provision me at only 300. But I can live with that. And I'm getting slightly over 300. So with a little bit of network overhead, I'm sitting there at 900 megabits download, which is close enough to 1,000 for me to be happy. Okay, now let's do a test on Wi-Fi, and let's run her again. I don't know what Wi-Fi I've got in the laptop. I think it's AC. I'm still getting 500 megabits per second over Wi-Fi, which is more than enough for my needs. 4 millisecond ping. Upload 300 again. So that's fantastic. So now all I need to do is integrate that as my second ISP into the router that's back there. Okay, now that everything checks out, the fiber box has a home on the wall with a nice gentle loop of the fiber. All the power and networking has been managed. Even though it looks pretty ugly, there's actually a system. And as the final test, this is my workstation, my fastest machine, directly Ethernet wired into the router. Let's see how close to 1,000 we get. Seven, 8, 9, 920, 930, 940, 945. Absolutely brilliant. Okay, and here's the critical screen inside the new dual WAN router. I can run the system in failover mode. This is the fiber. This is the 5G. If the fiber fails, it will fail over to the 5G, but I can also put it in load balancing and failover. Right now, it defaults to load balancing 50% here and 50% here. But if I move this slider over, it's pretty cool. I can say I want, say, 80% of my load balancing going to the fiber and 20% over to the 5G. And it shows them as both active now. So I ran a few tests in this mode and didn't notice anything different. I still seem to be topping out about 940 megabits on this, although I probably need to generate way more traffic in order for this load balancing to come into effect. But it's doing exactly what I need it to do, and when one of them fails, I still have a working internet. So I'll wrap it up for today. I highly recommend you get 2 ISPs and a load balancing failover router. Some days it'll save your bacon. Hey, if you found this video interesting, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like my other content, I'd appreciate a subscribe. Take care and see you next time.